The Lexington Museum of Military Memorabilia is more than the sum of its parts. It's the culmination of a 40-year love story. Owner Pat Mountain carries on her husband's work 17 years after he died.
This museum was my husband's lifetime work. About half of it's British. He has Commonwealth countries, international countries, quite a lot of different countries internationally, and an American section.
Ron Mountain began his collection as a child in London during World War II.
Started this when he was only 11 years old. He lived in London and was evacuated out of the city during the Battle of Britain. He just started picking things up that literally fell out of the sky, little memorabilia to remember incidents that took place. And he continued that search to preserve history for over 55 years.
The war inspired Mountain to join the military.
He served in the British military for about 4 years, then worked in the display business over in England, and decided he was going to take 5 years off and see if he could make his way around the world. The 4th day he was in California, a friend took him to a folk dance class, and that's where I met him.
He didn't hide his passion for memorabilia from her.
I did not have a real agenda in life, and when I met my husband, bingo, that was it. I was pretty much raised with it. The minute I met him, the first night he showed me a helmet, so I knew what I was getting in for, and it's been exciting.
The collection continued to grow, along with his family.
He would come home if he had something due, you know, we'd clear up the coffee table and he'd look it up and check everything out and tell me about it. Our house started out with one room with everything in it, and then he started asking about putting cases floor to ceiling on either side of the fireplace.
They moved to Lexington in 1995 and set up the museum.
My husband was able to open it, and then shortly thereafter he became ill, and he actually, a brain tumor took his life in the summer of '96, and I've reopened it in the spring of '97. I haven't added very much. I leave it pretty much the way he left it. And because it's his legacy, he put every little thing in its place just the way it is.
Now, Mrs. Mountain works for the chaplain at the Virginia Military Institute in the mornings. She gives tours at the museum in the afternoons.
And I'm the only one that gives tours. I've never trained anybody else to do it. It's just so personal. There's personal pictures of himself when he was in the Army, and that's why I think I need to just do it myself. It's not Grand Central Station, which is a good thing, because that way there's a lot of time to interact with the folks that come, and I learn a lot from them, and I'm very proud to keep it up as long as I can.
Her son will continue the family legacy.
One day he'll be the one that is responsible for it, and he's known that since he was in high school.
For The Reader, I'm Emily Leventhal.